Hello, good morning, people. How you all doing today? Don't mind that I'm not on screen yet. I'm doing something I may want to, you see. Well, good morning. Everybody, good morning. If you can hear me clearly, just give me some love in the chat section. Give me a thumbs up wherever you're viewing from. Good morning to you. Be sure to tag a friend, share the live, do what we need to do. It's just going to be me this morning. Just running through the political stuff, bringing you up to date on a couple of things. And also just a chit chat with you. So my telephone lines will be open from the jump, from the get go. So anybody who wants to, call in and probably bring us up to speed on anything that you might be observing, or if you want to have a conversation on something specific, you can do that as well. Just to let you know what the telephone number is. 760-9694. I see that after the show sometimes some of you message me, but as soon as the show finishes, I lock off this phone here. Because everybody want to talk politics, and sometimes I just need a little bit of break. Idris, morning. Loretta, good morning. Lynn, morning to you. You're tuning from Bermuda. Well, we is international. Good morning to Grace, Aruba in the house. What you saying? Jennifer, good morning. Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I telleth you. We international, baby. What you saying? Uncle Zeke, good morning to you. Let me see what Uncle Zeke's saying here. Good morning. Bless my good people of St. Kitts and Nevis. I hope that the good Lord spoke to you this morning and reminded you that Dr. Drew and his young Labour team is the team to vote in the upcoming elections. Zeke, you don't miss a chance to join something, am I, lad? Good song. Yeah, man. And also, you can tell folks if they want to view this show. Sometimes the notification don't pop up some people because you don't seem to think that you're important, but you are important. You will have to add me as a friend on Let's Get Real in order to see the notifications, right? So you can send me a friend request, but if you don't want to be on my friends list, that is okay as well. My page is open. All my Facebook pages are open. Even if you don't have a Facebook page, even if you're not on Facebook, you can still view my content. All you need is the link that somebody could share with you, and you just open it up on a web page and you'll be able to view my page. I like to operate in the sunshine. Some people can't do that. The only people who are the block from my page is the fake ones. And hear me clearly. If I don't know who you are, if I don't see a true picture of you, if I don't know who your grandmother be, and you want to have a strong opinion about politics, me not in that with you. Block, delete, get away from here. And I think that some of you need to adopt the same mentality. I don't care whether the page is back in Labour, PAM, CCM, NRP, no PP, it don't matter. Once I cannot identify you as a real individual, man, even if you come in my inbox and you say, by Ike, I name such and such and such, I may operate the pager. Okay, fine. I don't have to walk around and tell everybody who you be. At least I know. So if you want to operate on my page, I need to know who you are. And when you come on my page, and when you're viewing my content and you want to be a part of the conversation that I'm having, you're going to keep your comments respectful. And you're going to keep your comments about the issues. You might be allowed to call somebody inept or incompetent, no problem. But it has to be a public figure, though. You hear? So once you use a fake profile operating for any one of these political parties, whether you're getting paid or you ain't getting paid, once you come on my platform, stick to the issues. Don't come here with your garbage because I really don't need your numbers. My Facebook, my real Facebook page, not my real one, my original one, E.K. Flanders Preacher E, that they got on more than 5,000 nigga as friends. Some of them don't even talk to me. They're just there. They don't even like my content, but they're just there to see what's going on. I got more than 5,000 friend requests waiting. Nobody talk about followers. You hear? So, you as a fake profile, me not really need you. Because your opinion don't hold no water because I don't know who you are. And if I don't know who you are, if you can't introduce yourself, then your opinion don't matter to me. Even if you're under your real profile and you can't put up a picture of your face to go with your opinion, goodbye. I don't want to hear it. Simple. So, with that said, anybody could view my content. It is open, it is there. But once you come here and you want to have a conversation, let's keep the conversation about the issues. The other stuff, I really don't need it. You could keep that between you and your mother legs. Okay? Okay, good. Just so that we got that clear. I know, anyway. Because some people feel like just because you speak a certain way that you can't get grimy and you can't get nasty. I could get nasty, you know. It's not the point from you. Me tongue dirty, bad, you know. And me not gonna probably abuse nobody mother, you know. Watch. Even if you got the handicap child, I abuse your handicap child if you step out of line with me. Make you. But I want to keep my conversations about politics above board. Me ain't got to attack nobody personally. I don't care how much man you had, I don't care how much man you have, whether you're a man or a woman, that has nothing to do with me. But when you want to come and malign people because of politics, well, obviously we're going to call into question your personal life. Like, for instance, there's this guy who was on, I think it's Vision 2020 the other day. He was a soldier, right? I think he used to do track and field. I donated to his track and field. I donated my hard-earned money to assist him with getting track shoes for children. Because when it comes to kids, that's my weakness. For whatever reason, he could not make it here in St. Kitts and Nevis. So he had to go to the United States. He had all kind of scandals behind his name. But he has a Facebook page, and so he thinks that just because he doesn't agree with me, that he could call me outside of my name. And suppose I say the buy. I don't know why is it that people who uglier than me want to come and rah with me, you know? So why is he the partner? I don't even think he mother want him. But just because me and his political views ain't aligned, he want to behave like how he look. And carrying on and going on. People tell him, my partner, respect yourself. You don't have to agree with EK, but you ain't got to carry on, so. But true, he live overseas. And he behind a computer. The gangster come out. You understand? Because when he live here, he not in gangster, you know. Well, he was gangster. But the gangster them who want to do people as they feel like, they don't go in the army. So they could beat up on people. But them they know who to them know what they jump on. You hear? And somebody messaged me and said, he cannot study them because he carry answer, but he's sick. Oh, Lord. So you're sick. And instead you go look after your health. Instead you go reconcile with God about all the shit that you done do in your life. You find time to get me up in your crap because me and your political views ain't aligned. Well, let me tell you something. I don't make it my business to respond to these people because it simply means that their intelligence level is far beneath mine. So I don't make it a point to respond to these people. But I want to send a message loud and clear. Right? Not EK. Me ain't gonna respond to all you publicly. Me ain't gonna come on all your posts. Me ain't even gonna respond to all you when I come on my post. simply block and delete. If I happen to be doing something else outside of politics, or outside of a national discussion, and I want to tear your ass to pieces, I will do that. Because they say the individual call me at time, call me directly, I say, partner, me not care for nothing what you got to say, because you don't say what you say online. So why now are you calling me because I respond to you a certain way? Because I asked him a couple of questions. I said, what of the accusations of you play with people, children? When you want to be up here huffing and puffing over politics. You forget your name was down here stink with people, children? And he called me quick. Talking about lawyer. Who the ass afraid liar? Who the ass afraid liar? I ask you a simple question. What of these things? Because if you want to talk about people ugly and people stupid and people this and people that, well then we take a look at your life. I go a step further. I got a message the other day from somebody. And I'm going to show you what the message sound like, the tone of the message. The person is attacking Obi, Everton Elliott, the BBB, right? And I have observed for a couple of weeks now that a lot of you attacking Obi for his opinion, who ain't get pay and wait. Now, I've been trying to teach her, for how long? To have conversations about politics. Sit down, either read, listen, think, and then you respond. If I post that Timothy Harris went to church with a big contingent of his supporters, you may not agree with my post. You may not like Timothy Harris. But to come on my post and say, oh, you're this and you're that, you're way. You attacking me personally. Attack the post. If you want to say, well, Timothy Harris is going into the church to use the church as a political platform, well, say that. But why are you attacking me personally for making a post? It's an observation that I made. Now, suppose you see what the person writes about Everton. USVI people don't follow him. It's mostly SKN and Nevis people. And the only reason they follow him is because everybody know. Once you rah, people gonna follow you. Really do you find people nowadays fall into something of substance? Well, the majority, the crowd actually. It's clear to see that some of these politicians don't even really be saying nothing, doing nothing, and they got supporters. The most murderous, warmongering person to ever walk this earth had followers and had people who loved him, but he was a murderous warmonger who was hell-bent on wiping out a specific class of people. And he had followers. Satan, the author of evil, Satan had followers. Because he didn't leave heaven alone. He had people who believed in the same garbage like him. So, people who think that because you have a lot of people following you on social media and following you in life, that somehow you're this and you're that. Family, the devil got supporters. The devil got demons with him. You hear? So you try again. The person goes on to talk about he is toxic. He's a narcissist. Something to do with some story in St. Thomas. Boasting, petty, rude, arrogant, self-centered. No respect for his wife and children. No. If you don't agree with a political post that Obi put up. Attack the post. If what he says is up for debate, debate him on that front. Now why not Obi could defend himself, and me here to defend Obi? The reason why the NGOs had to put out the letter where they put out the other day, and I don't even think that the letter there is worth the paper that is written on. Because where were they when the government was out here terrorizing people? They had no voice. But now they want to come and talk about code of conduct. Look how the business community treat the people of St. Kitts and Nevis during the pandemic. Look how the workers were treated. No job, no job. They didn't give a shit whether you lived or survived. The government said that every employer must insist, and so the business community jump in. You've been giving them your service, and mind you, they don't owe you nothing. You give your service and they'll pay you. So they don't really owe you nothing. And you don't owe them nothing neither. But just look at the treatment. And on top of that, Wendy, who was the labor minister, and made sure that people in St. Kitts and Nevis were taken care of, because all them was on the same beat. Christian Council, same thing. All them could fire their ass. Where was they when the people of St. Kitts and Nevis were being dealt with like we were less than nothing? Where were they? So now they come with this code of conduct. The NGOs could take the code of conduct and they know what they could do with it. They know what they could do with it. When I tell people, I'm not go back in no more church, I don't care who invite me, I'm not going to church. Because when me out here struggling to face me terrors by myself, I don't see no church. Maybe one or two members might reach out to me and say, we're praying for you, and they send their prayers, and I thank them for that. But where are these pastors in all this fray? It's like they're afraid. Once they get the congregation up in the church, and they get their money every Sunday, whoever they keep service, they're good. But when the people have got through the struggle, where are they? But anyhow, the person is taking out their pretext on Everton Powell because of late. He seems to be crafting his post in support of Timothy Harris. Okay. The Constitution gives him that right. He's a Kittitian, well, an vision. I mean, maybe you think he like St. Kitts, but he's an vision. And the Constitution affords him that right to associate with whomever he wants. And when I did some investigation about the person who penned this nonsense against Everton Powell, the person's life ain't no way of sunshine neither. This is the problem I be talking about, you know. You come out here chastising Everton L.B. Elliott personally, on a personal level, talking about his family, talking about his personal traits. And to take a look at your life, ain't no better roses neither. All of us have some form of shortcoming to us. Every single one of us, because none of us perfect. But if you want to go down the road of talking about people's personal life and people's personality, but then you are going to call into question too. So the person who forward the message to me, I tell them, return it to sender. Because some of these very same people, leading up to 2015, they were with Timothy. Lord have mercy, this cold here killing me. They were with Timothy. I think I saw something where they said the ear quality, the dust in the ear, yeah, mashing up people and the sinuses by. But a lot of them were with Timothy. And if you said anything about Team Unity, they literally wanted to kill you. I know for sure they wanted to kill me. They mashed up my vehicle. They used to rob my bus constantly, follow me constantly. And nobody stood up. How I, in good conscience, could talk about I taking sides with Mark Brantley and Pam? Now, if Mark Bradley and Pam had did the things that they promised to do leading up to 2015 and got it accomplished, and the parliament supporting them politically, once you run in this country, go, they're supporting you, you know. But I dare to criticize them, and guess what? Mark Bradley came with this ridiculous thing that Culturama is for divisions, and he don't want the St. Kitts people taking part in the competitions. Okay, fair enough. So St. Kitts people work out well, and since we can come in our thing, we can keep our own thing down here for that time, because we used to come over and support and partake. I myself lost jobs because I dare to criticize during political times, because I dare to ask a couple of questions. Pam stand up for me. Sean is my personal friend. Sean stood up for me. No. When Pam went down here along with Timothy and CCM, Sean brought this nappy head by, I don't know why. I don't know where Sean find he. Find he, look at his track record. You find he, bring him in with carnival that we've been billing for years to get it up to a certain standard. And you bring he, make him carnival chairman, and look what he do with carnival. I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Other people lost money because of how he do things. That was some people's lifeline. Throughout the year, I just limping along. But for carnival is when I make the bulk of my money. And he mash up a lot of people. What Sean do? Sean said he doing a great job and he gonna stay there. He stood there. He stayed there for 4 years. He's only in the final year. No Mills decide to come down off of his high horse and decide to deal with people on a certain level. He's only in his final year. Where was Sean? Where was the Pamites? Some of them well agree with it. Let you care for your ass. Let them labor people go where they're going. They don't make enough money for 20 years. Let them go where they're going. As if everybody wasn't making money for 20 years. One, the persons who decided and determined that certain people shouldn't get the money because they get enough money on the labor. They was making money on the labor too. They were a service provider and they were everywhere they were. But now they get in a position of power. They want to determine who's supposed to make money in this country, who ain't supposed to make money. Where was Sean? Where was Mark Bradley? Mark Bradley was collecting 2 salaries. One in St. Kitts, one in Nevis. And every year Timothy gave double salary, he accepted it. So he get 4 salaries in 4 Decembers. What the hell are you telling me? So now that they come out and they're against Timothy, I must join the bandwagon. Just so. Don't ask them nothing about their tenure. Don't question them about their work. But just join the bandwagon and help them build Timothy. Right now the country is so divided and so confused. Yesterday Timothy had a meeting with the Guyanese them. Lioness Charles, hear what I tell you. Your Sonny Pointer, he had nappy just like mine's. You ever see Noah Mills' head? You see, that's why I tell I need to sit down and listen. Up to now, me no question his personal life. I say he nappy head just like mine's. Me a Rasta, me head nappy too. So Lioness Charles, come to fuck down. You hear? Go up on your own page if you want to carry on. No carry on, yeah. I show you see I read out the things that they say about Everton. You hear me say anything about Noah Mills' wife? Are he woman them? How much woman he got? Nappy head. Come out your feelings and calm down. Not here. Back to what I was saying. Lioness, I don't give a shit if you're not nailed before me or after me. I'm speaking about his tenure. When last you come home for carnival and see how carnival do. I don't give a shit when you don't know. Whether you know him first, second, third, or fourth. I say he had nappy. Back to what I was saying. Where were they to defend? They were nowhere around. So I must just ups now and defend them. He like she not listen. Lioness man trying to scare you. You on my page. If you ain't paying attention and you don't understand what the hell I'm saying, ask me to break it down further for you. I'm not trying to scare you. I could just simply easy block and dismiss you, and you could go and be with no. But like you not listen. I never said you can't talk about Everton Obi Elliott. I never said you can't talk about him. What I am saying again, if you have a problem with the things that he's saying, attack those things. What he wife and he children got to do with it? You hear me mention wife, no, and children? It gotta be your daft for real. And if you continue to stress me out, goodbye. And you could go up on your post and you could abuse and carry on as you want, but not here. That'll be the problem with you. You don't know me as before me. I don't give a shit. Who you be? You're not going to stress me on my own page. Goodbye. That'll be the problem with you. Or you want to just stay on social media and just carry on and go on with that kind of thing like somebody's supposed to fear, are you? You overseas? Hell, you come telling me, boy, you don't know me before me. That'll be your problem. I get too emotional. But don't talk about everything, but you could talk about no. Me talk about his tenure. It's carnival chair. Goodbye. You don't know me before me. I don't give a shit. Who you be? Coming stressing out people is good morning. But you don't know me before me. I give a shit who you didn't know before me. You're not going to stress me on my own page. Goodbye. So, the point is, as I was saying before, they did not defend anybody. So who must now join the fight against Timothy? No man talk about Timothy. No how we ask Timothy questions. And they themselves were part of the victimization. Not only with other people who didn't support them politically, but also their very own supporters. How much time you hear Shanna say, come back home, come back home? Well, why PAM people had to left in the first place? Why Labour people had to left in the first place? Clearly she don't understand what the hell I just say. And they want to rile about fear. Me know how you fear me. Goodbye. Now you could go up on your own page and you could start a whole live and you can talk about me. This is the problem I got with some people. Want to be highly opinionated and highly combative. And don't understand the substantive matters of what people are trying to talk about. So, Yesterday, because I got the voice notes, the Prime Minister had meetings with the Guyanese. And he promised the Guyanese a lot of things. I'm sure all of you got the voice notes of what was being promised to the Guyanese in an effort to win their favor. Now, some would want to call it a political strategy, and indeed it is. Because where was this love for Guyanese 2 years ago? Where was this love for the Guyanese even 3 months ago? And so Timothy Harris got to do what he got to do to get whatever vote he need to get. And if I was the Guyanese and Timothy doing all this thing for me, where would I vote? That's what I'm trying to say to the Labour people and to the PAM people. It ain't so much about the CCM people, because at the rate of how I see things going, if CCM win in Nevis again, I wouldn't be surprised. But if NRP win, I would be pleasantly surprised that people now are actually taking the politics serious. But anyway, if the Guyanese who could actually vote in St. Kitts and Nevis decides to vote for Timothy, let's take the emotions out of it. Just for a quick second. Take the emotions out of it. Picture you trying to make a life for yourself in another man's country. And you have been trying for years. Some people even went through the full process. And some ain't gone through the process yet. And now the leader of the country pops up and say, I will grant you citizenship. Instead of waiting 15 years, I'm going to bring it down to 7. Vote for me. The work visa, or the work, what do they call it, the work permit, we're going to cut that in half. If you don't pay it, the half they're going over into next year. What you want the Guyanese them do? He is in a position to do that. And this is just to show the people of St. Kitts and Nevis that these politicians could do more. You see, some of you seeing it as, oh, he trying to buy out the people, and he trying to this, and he trying to that. Yes. But look at the bigger picture. And let this be a lesson to politicians who come in after. You are in a position to make more changes and do more. So how come you now want to do more when your job is on the line? These things couldn't be put in place for the Guyanese coming out of the pandemic, when so much of them were suffering. He come and he doing it now. These politicians can do more than they let on. And they hold back on it until their job is on the line. It's the same thing I've been saying about CCM. Where was all this gusto that CCM now carrying on with? Where was all this gusto for the past 7 years? That's all they simply asking Mark Brantley and CCM, you know. Where was all this rancor and this rah prior to 2022? Where was it? But no, you had to hold fast to the principles of team unity, because that meant more to you than the people at Nevis. You were trying to save the relationship. What? So you mean to tell me your relationship with team unity and your paycheck meant more to you than the people of Nevis? the people who the Monday track could directly affect in getting them to the next level of sportsmanship in their sports career, your team unity meant more to you than them? That's the question Nevis people supposed to be asking Mark Brantley right now. And when Timothy said, okay, for the past 7 years you have received $400 million in budgetary support. People understand what budgetary support means? Even if you want to call it budgetary support, or even if you want to call it a down payment, you get the 400 million, you know. But you don't want nobody to question you about the 4 million. Stop counting Nevis money, Wabi. What that got to do with anything? And then you want to switch on the argument about cow, goat, and sheep. By really? So now you're out here begging the people to vote for you. Send us back to Bastille with Sean Richards. And we're going to bring back what belongs to Nevis. Well, how long that they're going to take you? How long that they're going to take you this time? It's going to take you 5 years? It's going to take you 10? It'll take you 2? How long it take you? Please tell us, how long is it going to take you? How long? That is the question. I mean, supposed to ask you nothing. Otherwise, hand down the order. If anybody want to do any business with EK, pay more yourself. He ain't getting the money out of Culturama. Not with money. Because he enjoy me fight with we, abuse Timothy, and ask about the fair share. Lord, me out right this. Maybe you might not take so long, because if he could convince Sean to mash up the thing now and not wait until 2025 to see if he could win and go back into government, where he in charge of Sean? As far as me concerned, he in charge of Sean. So maybe the people at Nevis might get the fair share on the Sean, I don't know. But then the people of Pam got something to consider. Because if a man could be in charge of your leader who's 7 years, and now he still got somebody to lead him, well, what kind of leading here do, man? And because this is our reality, every time I open up my mouth, I talk about Dougie and Labour. But who really in charge of Labour? Really? Pam and CCM is in no position to talk about anybody and their leader. No position. For 7 years, Tim lead the Tuayo with the least amount of seats. He led the Tuayo. So who really in charge of Pam? No Pam person right now could step to me with an argument about who really in charge of Labour. You hear? None. And I would say to the Labour people, don't get distracted by this stupid talk. Yes, there might be some people in Labour who still believe that Douglas should be in charge. Okay, you love Douglas. Who ain't love Douglas? But Labour lose twice. These are the facts and stats. Whatever the reason they lose, no problem. Labour lost twice. The second time, worse than the first. These are the realities. These are the facts. If you want to get into the nitty-gritty, they attacked Douglas ferociously. Douglas defend himself ferociously? I don't think so. And so even to today, people still got this boogeyman notion. Even though Douglas was right about Timothy. He was right. Look at all the facts that are coming out right now about Timothy, according to the two people who had their tongue, nose, and mouth between his posterior for 9 years, maybe 10. 2013, 2015, that was how much years that did? After 2 years? Plus the 7, 9. If they spit, you smell Timothy upon them. So, come tell me. I want Labour people to do a better job of defending your Labour Party. A lot of time you don't hear you call in. What happened now? My iPhone and got the money. And then when people out here trying to have decent discussions about politics, I want to call and abuse. No, call and make the point. When they come with the garbage, watch here. Labour constitution straight. If Douglas want to be Prime Minister again, he go home, mash up the Labour Party, you do it. You hear? So this foolish notion about, oh, if Labour win, Douglas can be Prime Minister again. When? Sandy Point Pamstrong says, good morning, EK. Maybe I'm missing your take on the decision made at the Guyanese meeting to provide special treatment at this time. As a Labour man, do you think this will affect Labour's votes? No. Worry about yourself, Pam Strong. Yeah? Worry about yourself. Don't worry about Labour. Worry about yourself. Pam Strong, since you are unclear of the current demographics right now, let me break it down to you. Right? Timothy is on a mission to destroy Pam. Hear me again. Timothy is on a mission to destroy Pam. Worry about yourself. You want me to pull up the election results for you? It's on Google. You want me to pull up how much votes as a single party Labour got? You want me to pull up how much votes as a single party PLP got? You want me to pull up how much vote as a single party Pam got?